Hi, welcome back to YouTube and welcome back to my channel. Um, I know yesterday was my first vlog and it took some time to get it out there. Not on my part. It's just I could barely find it myself when I look, so it's just out there somewhere. I hope it pops up so people can find it. But I have another thing. I was talking about Nancy Guthrie and all that, but we can't keep dwelling on that, and I can't keep dwelling on that. And I don't think anybody should. And yes, I have one earring in because I fought with this ear for a while. It is closed. I have three holes in my ear, but this is completely closed and only one hole works. So I wore one earring today. And this is just always lovely to wear one earring when you go out. But I had my hair down and my glasses holding my hair back because it's warm in here. So yesterday, I have just one last thing to say about all that. One last thing to say about Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. I only wonder why we have the man. I I don't only wonder why that. I wonder why another thing. I wonder why we don't have Nancy Guthrie coming home from dinner on that camera. Yeah, that's important. I don't know why she is not on that. I don't know how much that camera holds, but that's weird because the camera apparently wasn't paid for monthly, but they went through a backup system and they got what they got. But I'm wondering why it only got the dude standing there with no backpack, no gun, looking, looking in at her door. Didn't see a doorbell, a ring doorbell, a Nest doorbell. You didn't see that? Okay. Right. And I'm wondering why it got him doing his bad, evil crap. But where is she coming home from dinner? Where is she walking into her home? They said she went in through her garage. Where is she walking up? I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe because I've been through a lot in my life and I just am quite suspicious of a lot of things. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's just me. Or maybe they didn't want to show it if they have it. I don't know why you wouldn't show her being dropped off. That's one thing you see, like I said last night, it's the public that can help crack the case, break it, and find her. Not just the police being all hush hush. Let something out. I know the other person. I know that the bad dude is watching. Look, I get it. However, the public has to know because Arizona's big. Arizona's big, and somebody had to see a vehicle, had to pick it up on some doorbell, camera, something. I was watching Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace? Is that her name? I believe. She's a TV show or something or whatever. But I was watching her and she says, watch when he walks outside and he picks up the flowers. He's signaling to somebody. No, he's not. You know what he's doing? And I'm not an expert. Again, all this is my opinion. And she's apparently an expert, I guess. I'm not. But there's a house over there. It's off. Again, it's far away from Nancy's home. It's off. It's lit up. I've seen it at night before on the news. He picks up and he probably looks to see if anybody's looking, if anybody's out there and they're looking. That's what he did. He didn't move his hand towards anybody or nod or he just looked. That's all I've seen. I don't know. Anyway, long story short, I pray for the best still. They're not talking about it at all on the news that I can see, but I haven't been home all day and I haven't been watching and I don't know what the newest is, but again, I hope that they realize it's the public that can help crack the case. It's the neighbors and the HOA. And the title of my first video that I did Yesterday was why dim the lights? Well, the people, it's a HOA. She lived in an HOA, not fenced in, but it's an HOA. The people were complaining that the streets were too bright. It was too bright. I don't know if the streets were too bright or if the lights were coming in their home. I don't give a rat's ass what you think. You put blinds and you put curtains over your windows and you keep your neighborhood safe. Boink. I know people who live in HOAs, but they're fenced in and they're very lit up at night. You gotta be, because when you live in the dark, problems come along. So shame on whoever was complaining about the lights and they wanted them dimmed or taken down or whatever. But that was told in the news. That is what somebody wanted. All right, let me move on. Last night was not a good night. Last night was not a good night here. Um, all right, this is not the first time. This will be probably the third time, second time for a fact. I have changed bedrooms. My landlord is older and I pretty much watch after him. He has moved in the home and lives here. Why? Because he had somebody break into his home. Not his home, apartment he was living in. Who didn't belong there and was stealing from him and caught him. Dangerous when you walk in on somebody in the act. But he got out okay and he came home. Um, this is his home, back to his home. But this is my room. My ex lives here. He's right across the hallway. And in the back, we have a gentleman who's oh so cool. And we have 4 dogs. So here we go. I have moved into this room probably about a year ago. And I have blinds. You can see half my window right over here. Behind those curtains, there are blinds. But yet on the ends, you can kind of see in when my TV here is on. So kind of working on that. I am working on that. Last night, for a fact, I was not asleep yet. I watched a movie and then I was falling asleep. And I had 5 knocks on my bedroom window. Now I got 2 windows. One in front of me, which is fenced in and it faces my neighbor, and hell, could have been there. I don't know. For some reason, I don't think so. It's harder to get away and get out. Out front, we have cameras all over in the front. One camera is not working. It was blinking a week or so ago, blinking when you go out, and I'm like, oh no, I think it's going bad. And then the night vision would come on because you see the blue light, and then that would go off. It was blinking. Now it just stopped doing everything. So it's not working. I was told by a police officer that if somebody wants to take out your lights, your cameras, if they want to take out your cameras, they can use a laser beam, just a little laser, aim it right at it, and you can literally burn it up. If you get caught doing that, you're in big trouble. But it's property damage. But I don't know about that. But I have to say something. We've had people who have it's a busy road out in the front there, and I do hear some vehicles at night go down all hours of the night. Sometimes a dog will bark. It wakes people up. Most of the time not. However, last night with the knocks, dogs barked. But my ex is right across the hall in a room. The only thing separating us is a bathroom and a little hallway. He was playing bass. And I said to him, I said, did you hear that? I just had 5 knocks on my window. He goes, shh, shut up, shut up. I'm like, okay, I'm not getting up. I'm not moving. I'm just listening. And he says, yes, I heard that. And I'm like, oh my God. And then after I calmed down, we calmed down. We're all cool. We're in the house. We're safe. Da da da. All this, that, and the other. Um, or I said rather, I'm laying there, I'm nervous. You get nervous, and you keep thinking about the days when you were stalked. Is it him again? God, he'd be a fool. He'd be a fool. But, I heard somebody playing a harmonica. Now look, I looked at my phone. My phone lays on my bed in case of an emergency. It was 2:15 in the morning, and I heard my phone. Or I looked at my phone, I seen the time, and I heard a harmonica, but it wasn't like, you're zipping your mouth across it. It was playing on the lower end of it. And I said, and do you hear that? Because that was not long after. Not long after. He says, let me listen. And I'm laying there, and I'm like, dude, say something. I want to know if he goes, I hear it. I'm like, someone's playing a harmonica out there somewhere. And now look, we know the neighbor next door. He and his girlfriend. He works all day. She works all day. They're in bed. They're in bed, and they go to bed early. We go out 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning when a certain dog has to go out. They are asleep. They have cameras. The person on the other side, no, he has cameras. He's really, they're all cool people. And we know everybody around here who lives here. Um, we've only had new people move in down the street. And there's a lot of them living there, but it's a family. I don't know. There's a couple guys, there's weird people. They wave, we wave. No big deal. Um, like I said, I had a video. I have the video still on my phone. And I need to show it to you, but I'm running off of a microphone that really stinks right now. So I hope you're getting all the words that I'm saying, so I don't have to redo this video. And I will hold it up and show you the video of a guy coming up the side of my hedges, but we had working cameras. He coming up the side of my front yard by this window and this window here, there, and that one. Disappeared. He disappeared. We have hedges, big hedges. They're about, I don't know, 13, 15 feet high hedges, and we have birds' nest in there right now. Which is so good because when you walk up to that nest at night or an animal approaches, the one bird goes off. Is doing it right now. This camera can pick it up. She goes off at night when something comes around. She did last night, and she went off. And I'm thinking, damn, someone's not out there. Someone's not out there. I mean, someone has to be out there. Someone's just messing around. I don't know. You can't steal anything outside because we don't have anything outside. Now the garage has been cleaned. There are 2 cars in the garage. Good. So we've changed things up a little bit. We meant to change up some cameras today. We didn't get to change up the cameras today because we had other things to do around the house, like check windows. When you have these windows, you want to put wooden dowels and slide them in. They can't see it, but you know it's there. That way they can't unlock your window and just push it up because there's a wooden dowel there stopping it. And also, we put in the screw locks on the metal, which they probably can see a piece of that sticking out. May not know what it is, but you can. So I had them in all my windows. And it was put in the bathroom window too. So the bathroom window opens this far. Good luck getting through that. And you can't unscrew because you just can't unscrew it because there's a dowel there that lets it open like this far. So, because when I clean the bathroom, I need that ventilation for outside air during the day. But so we went around the house. We were doing that to the windows. We have a sliding glass door, which scares me because a sliding glass door is to my landlord's bedroom. And that worries me because those are easy. We had the house inspected years ago, And the inspection was for safety. And after I had gone through the stalking issue with the guy who got caught and arrested, um, the sliding glass doors, I'm not sure which one it is. Usually, if you're standing in your house facing them, it's the lift one that can be lifted up and taken right off the track. Really. You just lift it up. You kind of doesn't bend because glass doesn't bend, but you can kind of tilt it out a little bit and you can take it off the track. And boom, you can get in. So we were working on that today a little bit, and I'm glad people are taking this serious because this is serious. Stalking is serious. This is why I have this woman on my mind. This happens. I don't care. You know what they say? Oh, do you hit 50? There's one thing you had to worry about. Kidnapped. Oh, okay. And that's a joke. There's like the after 50 jokes, you know? One of them is you won't get kidnapped. That's a crock. I mean, really? Come on, any age will get kidnapped. And there doesn't have to really be a reason other than the person being mentally out of it, ill. Really. There doesn't really have to be a reason for it other than someone who wants power, someone who can do it, and someone who will try it. And that is someone who's not in their right mind. They're not in the right frame of mind. So, with that being said, I firmly believe that our neighborhood is low, very low crime. Um, People know each other, but sadly, the guy across the street works nights, doesn't get home until late. The other people on the corner, it's a big two-story duplex thing, a fourplex. uh, They're always in, and they see nothing. They know nothing. I don't even know if they have a camera at all. Um, but the people that moved in down the road are on my radar because they're new. Uh, But this is not the first time this knocking happened. It's always a five-time knock, and it's always right here. And it's loud enough where it will wake you up. It will wake you up. And when my dog, I keep one dog in the room because the dog I keep in the room is the only dog that will not get along with other dogs. So he sleeps in my room in a crate at night. And he lets me know. Good ears. Great watchdog. However, um, yeah. So that's how I know I'm not crazy because my ex across the hall heard the knocking. And he's like, don't open the door, don't go there. I'm like, I'm not getting out of bed. Because I don't know I don't know if you could peep in and see anything. Today we made sure you can't, but I don't know. I mean, I have my light back there behind me that goes purple, blue, white, whatever. But I'm not worried about that because you can't even see that outside right now. But what you can see is my big screen TV, which sits right here, and the window's right there, coming all the way down. So you can see from the corner of that window, you can see my TV if it's on. You can also see when the TV goes off. Now we're hoping not because we took the blinds and pushed them in, and we took the curtain and we tucked the curtain in and under, and I have something sitting in the corner of it. That side down there that you see, yeah, you you could probably still see through that side. So tightening up security around a home is taunting. And also with the cameras that we have cameras in the home always help, but they don't pick up as well because there's always a glare in the window. So they don't pick up as well. Cameras outside pick up beautifully, but people learn that you do have cameras outside. They see them during the day and they pop on at night and they know if something's popping on at night that's a light, it's probably a camera. And it is if you look up. You could tell. And they stick out. So my one is dead. It's coming down for a real one to go up. It didn't last too long either, which is really sad. Um, Camera in the window isn't really facing like up the side of the hedges because on my windowsill out there, you can't get it to face this side, only the front yard. So I did a test. I walked under. We have one, two, three, four working cameras in front of the house. I did a test. I walked along the front of my house, real close to my house, across my porch, off the porch, right along my garage doors, as close as I could. Not one camera went off because you're not in the view of them. They're sticking out too far. Other people learn this too. Other people learn about cameras too. They learn about cameras. They learn your schedule. They learn when to watch. They learn when not to watch. So today we did the test. My ex and I went out to the store I normally shop for groceries. We didn't go to that one. We went to one farther away, half-hour drive out, which is fine. Busier, bigger, nicer, but busy. We went a half hour out and shopped out there. We were watching, and we have dash cam in the front. We have dash cam in the back of the vehicle because it's a new vehicle that he bought. So he just is that way. That's fine. So, we didn't have any vehicles following us. I didn't recognize any people. I actually had my hair tied up on top of my head and I wore a mask. I mean, just like a COVID mask. I wore one, he wore one. Just to see. Nobody. A couple people said, "Hey, how you doing?" Hey, hi. Friendly people out there, but I'm like, there isn't anybody, and I'm watching the whole while. And we looked at the dash cams, and there's not a vehicle that follows us leaving, taking any corners in our neighborhood, coming back into our neighborhood, following us out, following us back. Not any particular vehicle. Not one. Not one that pulled in the parking lot behind us. So, you know, all that being said, uh, geez, these people can be smart. And this is a person. This is a person. But to do a harmonica for just a few, and then it's done. You're gone. You're gone. I know you're gone. But who the hell's gonna open a door? We're not gonna open a door. That's stupid. I'm not gonna open a door. I'm not moving. If I'm on my stomach, I'm plant-faced on the bed. I'm not moving. I know I'm protected if I'm not moving. Getting up in front of a window could be dangerous if this person can see through. Could be very dangerous. Getting down on the floor would be smarter and crawling out of the room. Lay flat on the floor, things like that. So I've come to the conclusion. The next time is calling 911. I'm tired of it. I'm not putting up with it. We've heard the harmonica before. It was a long time ago with the harmonica, but the knocking, this is the second, probably the third time because I wasn't keeping track and taking it serious. Because I thought, well, something hit the house. Wrong. When you have 5 times each time, like I could do it on my air purifier, which I run too, which is bad because I'm blocking out noises. So if I go, and then that happens again, like, I don't know, 2, 3 weeks later, and it happens again. That's not just something hitting the house. We have no trees or branches that are doing this. We have a hedge, and the hedge is away from the house because we don't want bugs on the house, but it's in the yard, and it's easy to hide. But I have a mockingbird in there. She went off last night. She will, because she has a nest. So, and we have dogs. because I thought I was losing my mind. I really thought I was going crazy. I'm like, oh, I'm at that age. I'm going crazy, right? No, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm not hearing things, and I'm not going crazy. My dogs hear it. My ex heard it. I heard it. And after the 5 knocks, but it's on glass. You could tell glass from wood. You just can. It's just too easy, especially when you're not completely asleep. And your TV went off not long ago. I'm a light sleeper. Very light. Just like my dogs. Very light sleeper. Um, when he hears it, I hear it. My dog growls. Sometimes he has barked. The bird's going off. Yeah, but not a camera's going off. Because if a camera goes off, I would know. Because it alerts me on my phone. All of our phones. None of us got an alert. The camera's not going off. Someone's not walking under those cameras because over here is an empty spot now with a camera sitting there, but it doesn't work. We think the freeze got to it. That's what we really think happened because it was kind of a newer camera. And the one I have in my window there in the living room that is kind of facing that way is no, not good enough for that. It's good enough when we have the porch light on or daytime. And the porch light only lights up the porch area, which you can see perfectly. It, so that's not happening there. And also um, it won't pick up just the darkness. There's like if somebody comes up and closes, it's not going to pick that up. It's not even going to pick up someone. Might pick up someone in white clothes. I don't know. I don't know. And we didn't try the white clothes thing. I'm not going to get too paranoid over this. But if anybody knows anybody who's been stalked or you're having weird things happening where you're going to follow your intuition and know that something's not right, leave me a comment about it, what you do, how you handle it. I would like to make a police report. I think I'm going to have to do that. And that will be tomorrow because they're 24/7. So I could make a police report on this and just ask them to patrol the area more and that the camera broke way too soon. I mean, cameras die eventually, but the type of cameras we have that are sticking out from the house, they stick out about that far. You can see them because we wanted them seen. But in hindsight, I think the freeze got this one good because it's on the very end and by my room, and it's probably got a lot of wind and freeze. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say except if anybody sees this, I know my channel's new, but I would really like to have somebody just leave me uh, any tips, your experience if you had one, what you did, how you go about it. One guy a long time ago, I mentioned in my first video, said I look like Pam Bondi, and that's when he just, oh gosh, what a loony bin he was. He got caught. He got caught by the cameras. And, I go back to thinking, and every time this happens, I think about Nancy Guthrie. What happens during kidnappings? I don't really know. Never been kidnapped. I haven't watched much I'm not familiar with kidnappings except they want money. This one's played out too long with Nancy Guthrie. They don't seem to want money. So, I just want to know what you think. Let me know what you think and leave a comment. If you know somebody who has been stalked or man, woman, child, whatever, or kidnapped, how do you stop this? The police cannot sit out in front of my house 24/7 and babysit, and they won't do that because they can't. So, look, we have dogs. Oh, I was trained to shoot, but the gun is not the first thing I think about. Uh, Getting out or hiding is, that may sound stupid, but that's not what I meant by hiding. You know, I will take care of myself, but there are times I come home from the store and I'm alone. I pull the vehicle in the garage, but that garage door closes slow. And you wonder, well, my landlord, bless his heart, he's old and I take care of him and he just thinks that, everybody's hearing things. No, it's not the case. It's not the case. Intuition that's your gut telling you, and your gut's your second brain. And that is your gut telling you that something's not right. So be aware. And I'm being aware. Thank you all for listening to me today. And again, leave a comment if you know any tips, anything else that I have missed that I can do that will help me. And I need a new microphone. So I hope you hear me okay on this one right now, because I have a real good microphone, but it was working with this computer a long time ago and it's not working. So here I am. If you're over 50, you don't have to worry about being kidnapped. Okay. Wrong. As we all know that. Okay. Have a great night, day. Thank you all for listening to me. And please comment, like, subscribe. Thank you. Goodbye.